Hey guys, and welcome back to Pro Speed Baseball.
Today we're going over staying through the ball, which is one of the most important elements of hitting the ball with maximum power.
If you're a guy that struggles with power to the opposite field or missing pitches that you should kill, or you're a hitter who gets excellent contact but you're not quite getting that pop you want, you're going to want to pay close attention to this video. There are very misleading drills out there for staying through the baseball. Now, these are great drills and they could serve a great purpose, but they could be messing you up as a hitter. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how you could be executing these drills correctly, but even though you're doing them correctly, it could be detrimental to your bat speed, your efficiency, and your power. Then I'm going to explain exactly what staying through the ball is and give you two crucial drills to get you striking the ball like you never have before. Let's go ahead and get started. Now, the first thing I want to show you are the two drills that are the staple in most instruction when it comes to teaching a hitter to stay through the baseball. The first one's where you set a ball on a tee and then you set up another tee in front of it about 6 inches to a foot in front of it, and you attempt to hit both baseballs off each tee and attempt to keep the barrel through the zone longer or staying through the baseball. Now I'm going to show you how I can effectively perform this drill correctly and actually hit both balls off of both tees. Now I don't have another tee here, so I'm going to put a digital tee here right here so you can see the barrel going through both balls. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to perform the drill correctly, and it's going to technically be right where I hit both balls, but I'm still going to be pulling off of the ball with my body.
As you can see here in the slow motion video, my bat stays well through the zone, yet my body is gone and I am left with little bat speed to get through the ball.
Now the second drill is very similar to the first drill, but it's more of a visual drill. So this would be the second of the two drills, where you take another ball and you place it a couple feet out in front of the tee. And this is, like I said, it's more of a visual drill where you try to hit this ball and imagine that your barrel is passing over the ball that's in front of the tee. And I'm going to demonstrate how I can effectively do this drill correct as well while still pulling off the ball. Okay, well, I got a little bit of tee there, but you can see that my barrel hit the ball and still passed over this ball in front of the tee. So there you have it. I performed both drills technically perfectly, where I kept the barrel through the zone. I hit both balls off the tee and I kept the barrel over the ball, my visual target, over that ball, but I pulled my shoulders out. So I technically performed the drill right, but I didn't do so the most effective way possible with the most amount of power that I could have had I stayed through the ball with my body as well. So if we want to effectively stay through the baseball, we have to forget about what the bat is doing. Now, don't get me wrong, the barrel absolutely does have to stay all the way through the baseball and through the zone, and it is one of the key aspects that you need to hit the ball as hard as you possibly can. But as you can see from the demos, you can easily conclude that there's a lot more to staying through the baseball than just the barrel. And it's really simple. The only thing other than the bat in our swing is our body. So therefore, we have to learn how to keep our body as well as the barrel through the baseball. And to do that, we just have to understand what pulling off the baseball is. And pulling off the ball can be very simply monitored by paying attention to what the front shoulder is doing. And that's exactly what I did in those demos to show you how you could stay through the ball but still pull off. What I did to do that was I ripped open my shoulders immediately, well in front of my hands, and had my hands drag way behind my body, and that's how I pulled off the ball with my body. And then all I did from there was keep my hands through the zone, and I effectively kept the barrel through the zone, but my body was already gone. And what happens when we do this, when we rip our shoulders open, is we expel all of our energy in this ripping open motion and have hardly any energy left in our hands to deliver into the ball because it's already gone. What all that's doing is taking all of our energy and it's throwing it down our pull side. So if you're righty, it's going to be down left field, lefty down right field. And that's why a lot of the guys that pull off the ball can smash these balls that are on the inner half, because they rip their energy open. They have all this energy going down this way, so anything inside they can crush. And this is also why those same guys have a very difficult time hitting the ball anywhere else over the plate or to the opposite field up the middle. So if we do rip our shoulders open like this, if we get a pitch that's anywhere but perfect on the inside in the perfect place, if we get a pitch anywhere but that place, we're toast. So now that we know what pulling off the ball is, all we have to do now is understand how we can stay through the ball with our body. And very simply, it's syncing up our hands with our body to fire everything at the right time so we can maximize bat speed into the ball. Now don't worry, that sounds a lot tougher than it actually is. And the drills that I'm gonna show you at the end of this video will help you do that very easily. Yet to properly synchronize our hands with our swing, we have to understand what position our body needs to be in at contact. And a great way to understand the proper release of the hands and the body is where our chest is, or the position of our chest when we make contact with the ball. Typically, someone who is pulling off of the ball, his chest would be pointing right at second base or just a little bit left of second base. And this would be pulling off of a pitch that's right down the middle of the plate. And just to clarify, I do mean the second base, not the position the second baseman is playing. So we get that mixed up sometimes. It's the actual second base that you tag when you're running around the bases. Now at contact on a really well synchronized swing, on a down the middle pitch, our chest should be pointing to the right of second base, about where the second baseman would be playing, about double play depth. So just a little, probably about 20 or 30 feet right of second base is where our chest should be facing on a perfect synchronized down the middle pitch. Now on a well-timed inside and outside pitch, our chest position will change accordingly. So on a well-synchronized inside pitch, our chest will be pointing right at second base or just a little bit left of second base. And if you notice, this is more of where the chest is when we're pulling off of a ball, but that's only on pitches that are outside of the inside pitches. So on an inside pitch, we do want to rip open a little bit more and have that chest pointing more towards second base or just a little bit left of second base to get our energy going more towards left center field. Now on a perfectly synced up outside pitch,
our chest is going to be pointing just slightly right of where it would be on the down the middle pitch. And here's just a quick visual for the lefties out there. You guys can come back and pause this to check this out, just for the guys that hit left-handed.
So now that we understand what position our body needs to be in when we make contact with the ball, I'm going to show you a couple of drills that will get you into these positions without having to think about it at all. So this first drill is going to be the lead hand square shoulders drill. And we're very simply going to get a light bat or choke up on our regular bat, like I am here, and we're going to hit balls without rotating our shoulders at all. Now our shoulders actually might open up a little bit on this drill in the follow through, but we really want to feel like nothing's happening. So I'm swinging and nothing's happening on our shoulder. This is the feeling that we want. Now, like I said, when we actually perform the drill, with the weight of the bat might take us around just a little bit, but that's what we want to feel. We want to feel the shoulders not doing anything. So this is going to be the exact opposite of ripping our shoulders out and pulling off of the ball. So it's going to be our over-exaggeration drill to start getting out of this habit of ripping our shoulders open and causing all these bad habits and only being able to hit one pitch. So what we're going to do when we're getting ready to hit off the tee is, if you don't have a plate there, you can imagine that there's a plate. We're going to pretend like our chest is pointing out over that plate the whole time. Now, and it's not going to be opening up and pointing in front of the plate. So now a quick note, we definitely don't want to point our chest back behind the plate in order not to keep our chest in front, because we don't want to over rotate our shoulders. And then this is what it's going to look like. Okay, as you can see there, I did open up a little bit, but I really felt like I was keeping my chest over the plate and my shoulders really square. Now, it's really important to remember that this isn't a kill the ball drill. We're not trying to crush this over the fence or anything. We're just trying to learn how to release the bat without ripping open our shoulders. Now, do this drill a good 100 to 200 times before you move on to the next one, because if you're already having trouble pulling off the ball, you're going to really have to ingrain the opposite, where you're not pulling off the ball at all and you're releasing your hands well. Now, this second drill is a very feel-oriented drill where we're going to start getting some good feelings and capitalizing off the one-handed drill. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna get into our load stride position, and we're gonna feel like our hands are the first thing that move out of that position. So when we're pulling off the ball, when we get into our load stride position, the first thing that moves is our front shoulder and our upper body, and everything drags behind it. We're gonna do the opposite, where we get into our load stride position and feel like our hands are the first thing that's going. So it's gonna look just like this. We get into our load stride, and then I really felt like my hands were the first thing to initiate movement into the ball. Now, if you're struggling with this second drill, there's a slight variation you can do, which is still a great drill. It's almost the same exact thing, where you get into this load stride position and you make a little mock swing with your hands, and you feel only your hands move, and then you swing. So it's gonna look a little bit like this. And that's gonna really help you get a good feeling for syncing up your swing. So if you're having a little bit of trouble with the second drill, make sure you use that little trigger to trigger your hands forward, and do this drill a good 100 to 200 times as well. And check yourself on camera and make sure that those chest positions are really well. So a great way to practice this is a pitch right down the middle of the plate and making sure that chest is pointing just right of second base. Now guys, I really hope you enjoyed this video, and if you have any questions or comments on anything that was in this video, any of the terminology about the drills, leave them in the comment section below and I'll be sure to answer them personally. Now stay tuned, I'm gonna play a bonus clip out of one of the videos in our power hitting series, and it's gonna have a drill in it that's gonna really help you complement the drills of synchronizing your swing. And if you click on the link that pops up in the video or in the description below, you can see that video plus the entire power hitting series absolutely free of charge. Go ahead and check that out, guys. Let me know what you think. Also, if you have any requests for videos on anything baseball, go ahead and let us know in the comments section as well. I'm here to help you guys out, and I want to do what you guys want to see. Thanks again for watching. Good luck with your swings, good luck with your game, and we'll see you guys soon. This is so detrimental for bat speed. If we don't rotate on our backside, we will now cut off our hips. We can only turn so far. Now if we rotate all the way on our backside, I now have free range to rotate my hips, and that employs the big muscles in the hips that gives you a lot of bat speed in the swing. Now the second reason this is so detrimental is we can't get a proper weight shift, and we can't get our energy going in the right places. If you ever watch Bryce Harper hit and he gets to contact, we know that his back foot gets up off the ground. Watch him in slow motion. His back foot is up off the ground at contact. And the reason this is he gets the proper weight shift to the front side